Hello, everyone. This is edition number 2 of the Concord Athletics Senior Spotlight. Happy you've joined us. My name is Wes McKinney. And here today, so kind enough to join us, is pitcher Bryson Booher of the baseball team. Bryson, great to have you on today.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
So like we've done in the past, let's start at the beginning. Your recruitment to Concord. You sign the fall of your senior year, so you get it out of the way before you even start playing games as a high school senior at Fort Chiswell. What was the process like for you signing with Concord?
The process for me was a little difficult because I ended up starting to get recruited by Concord during my junior year when Coach Wright was a part of the coaching staff, and then when he decided to move from Concord to go to Charleston, and Coach Garrett came back, I really wasn't sure what was going to happen as far as my recruitment went. Because this day and age, if the coach leaves, you never know really what the scenario may be. But I was grateful that Coach Smith and Coach Garrett came back into the program, decided to honor my scholarship and still allow me to be a part of the program.
Yeah, so you talk about the coaching transition there. Coach Garrett's really first full recruiting class, he and Coach Smith put together a pretty solid recruiting class. You sign early, Jake Diver signs early, and then in the spring, whenever baseball season's wrapping up and even some people's playing deep into the postseason, Nathan Neff comes along, Ryan Fralin, Trent Abernathy, Connor Booth. Was the expectation that, hey, this is a really good recruiting class and we can do something special here?
Oh, for sure. I think we had one of the biggest recruiting classes in the past few years at Concord that year. We ended up coming in with, my freshman year we came in with 16, but all those guys you just mentioned are all the guys that stuck it out for 4 years and decided to really be a part of the program. But as far as expectations for us and for the team, we're always held to a very high standard. And yeah, those are some great guys.
Yeah, you guys, as you mentioned, those high expectations. You guys win 26 games, but 19 of them came in conference play. You guys, your freshman year, win the South Division. You know, was that something that was talked about pretty frequently? Because that recruiting class was pretty talented, but there was also some really good talent already here in Athens.
Yeah, every year when we come in, especially at the beginning of the fall, Coach Garrett always sits us down and really goes over a lot of goals that we will have as a group, as a team, and one of the goals always on that list is to win our division. So that was a big deal for us.
Yeah, so we transitioned from your freshman year to your sophomore year, and that's when you begin to get a lot more time there on the mound. You have a team best 2.35 ERA. You only give up 4 earned runs in 15 innings. Was your sophomore year kind of like when you knew that, hey, I can make a big-time impact here?
Yeah, for sure. I was grateful enough to come in my freshman year and even get playing time. That's something that a lot of freshmen find hard to do this day and age. So I was grateful for that, to get that experience. And then once my sophomore year rolled around, I felt like it was time to really turn it on and start doing what I knew how to do and what we had been taught to do at Concord.
Yeah, a couple of games that really stick out. I went back and looked at your numbers there from your sophomore year, and 2 games that really stuck out, and one that I remember really well. It's Game 3 of the Charleston series there in late April. Jordan Clark had just hit a home run in I guess it was maybe the bottom of the 6th to put you guys up 2-1, a really low-scoring game. Will Gway's throwing a gem. He gets in a little bit of trouble in the top of the 7th. You come in, bases loaded. You basically get handed a hornet's nest. Bases loaded, 1 out, and the heart of the Charleston order is up. What's going through your mind at that point?
At that point in time, I really just wasn't trying to think at all. I was just trying to go out there. When I get stuck in a situation like that, the worst thing that can happen is I give up a run. So I really try to put all the fear aside and just go out there and do what I know how to do, and that's throw strikes. And even though their best hitters were up, in a situation like that, either they're going to win or we're going to win. So I feel like they just have just as much nervousness as I did. Um, so I just wanted to really just control my emotions and try to throw strikes.
Yeah, I know. Coach Garrett always says whenever he handed you the ball on that Sunday afternoon there in 2018, you told him you wasn't scared, and you can't be scared facing an all-region hitter like Colby Johnson from Charleston, right?
Definitely not. Him and Morello, I think, were two of the three guys, or maybe it was the only two guys I had to face, but those were two of the best hitters in the conference, and they were throughout my entire career at Concord. So you can't take those guys lightly, and you definitely can't be scared of them.
And then the second game that sticks out besides that Charleston game, final day of the regular season, Concord's made the conference tournament 20 straight years. You guys have to have a split with UVA Wise on Sunday, the final day of the regular season. You guys lose the first game. You come in to pitch the final game of the season, or the final game of the regular season, I should say. You guys are down when you come in, and you give Coach Garrett and Concord two really solid innings, kind of keep that thing in check to set up a walk-off hit later in extra innings. Does your mindset, I guess, Bryson, kind of change when you have a lead or the game is tied as opposed to when you're trailing and you know, hey, I can't give up anything else?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I try to keep mainly the same mindset, and let's just go out there and throw strikes. But as far as, like, being a reliever goes, you're going to have some innings where you come in and you're up by 5 runs. You're going to have some where you come in and you're down by 5 and you can't give up anything. And then, obviously, like you said, the Charleston series where you're up by 1 run, bases loaded, you can't give up anything at all. So your mindset definitely does change, but for me, I just always try to keep it as simple as possible, and that's just throws as many strikes and get as many ground balls, fly balls as possible.
Once again, happy to be joined today by Bryson Booher, senior pitcher of the Concord baseball team on this spotlight. And obviously want to remind everybody that we are using safe social distancing as we're doing this via Skype. So we're through your first 2 years at Concord, Bryson. Your junior year, you become not only a bullpen guy, but you get 3 starts. And a start that really stuck out was you guys go down to Winston-Salem in a big regional game, and you basically silence a pretty powerful offense in that one. Was that a point where you know, hey, I can do more here than just be a reliever?
Yeah, and it kind of comes back when you talk about the difference, I mean, in relieving and starting. I started my entire life until I got to Concord, and then I stepped more into a relief role until my junior year, and then I started starting some midweek and some regional games. But I always feel really comfortable when I start. It's something that I've done forever, and I feel like I have all the time to prepare and really get myself ready to throw against all these guys. I get to go through the entire lineup, really see what everybody's got. It's more of a challenge to me in some aspects. But yeah, I started to believe that that could have an impact, and maybe I could be in the 4-man rotation my senior year, throwing those 3 decent starts.
Yeah, and that leads us right into the start of your senior year. Let's look at this personally and then from a team aspect. Personally, you start the season February 1st, and I want to read this line here. At Wingate, a team that won 30-plus games last year, you go 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. You get Mountain East Conference Pitcher of the Week for your performance at Wingate. Man, you had to feel really, really good about what you did that day, right?
Oh, for sure. Any day you can go out there and obviously play your best, it's going to help the team be better. So it gave me a lot of, I was very happy about it. But it's something that you can't really get too caught up with. I feel like some people out there try to really just play for themselves and play to get those accolades like pitcher of the week, player of the week, and things like that. But I mean, those things are going to come if you just do everything you can to help the team, and that's just what I tried to do.
Yeah, you back up that start at Wingate with another good one at Mansfield. You get a no decision, or I should say against Mansfield at a neutral site in Glenville. You get a no decision in that game, but you go 5 more innings, give up just 3 hits, 2 earned runs, strike out 5, and only and only walked 2, and that obviously had to give you some more confidence to know that, hey, I just backed up a really good start with another really good start.
Oh, definitely. Anytime you can put back-to-back games together as a player, it makes you feel better about yourself. It really helped my confidence, especially since I was just beginning to get into this role as a starter at the college level. But yeah, it really ups your confidence, and I mean it's a really good feeling when you can put back-to-back games together like that.
Yeah, I'm sure that you obviously don't want to think about what could have been. I'm sure it's run through your head, but that group of seniors, your senior class, 26 wins in 2017, a South Division title in the conference, 26 more wins in 2018, a spot in the conference tournament, 33 wins last year. I mean, you guys are on pace here for 115 or so wins as a senior class. Is that something you guys talked about as, hey, we can become a really, really good senior class here, maybe one of the best ever under Coach Garrett? That's saying something, right?
Oh, for sure. Those 6-7 guys that really stuck with it throughout their 4, and even Adam Linkus, who came back as a 5th year. Those are guys that became like my family, my brothers, as well as all my teammates. But we definitely pushed each other. We definitely held each other accountable and held the rest of the team accountable because we did know how good we could be. I think we were struggling a little bit at the beginning of this season, and like you said, it's hard to swallow. It's a pill that's hard to swallow, knowing that you can't come back and finish it, because I think we were really about to take off as a team and as a program. But yeah, those are some great guys, and we definitely had very high expectations for ourselves, and it's sad that it ended the way it did.
Yeah, very last thing here for you, Bryson. The baseball season is an interesting deal because, yeah, you guys only play for 2.5 months, but the grind, man, you guys start back before Labor Day in September. You go through fall ball. You get a month off from practice, but you still got to work out and keep everything in shape so you're ready to go in January after Christmas break. How, I guess, maybe physically and mentally tough is it to just stay sharp from the end of August until the middle of May?
It's incredibly tough. In all, not only baseball, but all college athletics. I mean, there's a reason that there's only, a handful of athletes around the country that get to call themselves college athletes, and that's because it takes a special person to handle the mental and physical aspects of things, especially compiling it on top of maybe you have a part-time job at your college, or compiling it on top of classes and things like that. But it definitely takes a lot. You gotta be a very strong-willed person to handle it.
All right, Bryson, we thank you so much for joining us here today on the Senior Spotlight, and whatever's next in your life, man, we wish you the best, and be well.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.